Welcome back to Bobb-z Callahan's Word of Advice, and this is already video number 250. I find that hard to believe. And finally, I have another person in my videos. This is...
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zack.
Zack, yes, and he's one of my friends from Anderson Ferry Church of Christ, and we've gotten to know each other very well over the last 15 months I've been coming here, and I thought he would make a good candidate for the importance of good behavior for this video. And as for the importance of good behavior, I think it is important to have good behavior because it can just make your life so much easier. And when you compare good behavior and bad behavior, I mean, think of the two different roads that you can go on.
Well,
with bad behavior, people may not like you as much. There may be important people in your life that might not appreciate you, but with good behavior, you can get more.
Well, one of the things that people need to recognize about having good behavior doesn't mean that you're perfect. You just try to do your best to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And having good behavior can benefit you in so many ways. Like, say you don't have any friends, you start behaving good, you can start making those friends. Especially with a Christian group, you behave well, all the Christians will like you. I mean, they'll like you if you behave well. If you behave not well, but they'll accept you even more if you do behave well. And also, getting more friends, even getting teachers to like you, they can write you good letters for recommendation to colleges and for jobs and everything. It just makes everything so much easier. I mean, I'm not the best behaved person in the world, but I try my best to behave well so I can make my life just that much better in the end.
Same. And also think about job opportunities. Like if you're sitting down for a job interview, well, if you have good behavior in a case like that, yeah, there's no guarantee you'll get the job, but it's probably more likely that you'll be considered, because that's one thing that employers look for. They look for people with good behavior and people skills, and good behavior can benefit you in that case. I mean, it's just thinking about all these kind of things. The importance of good behavior can really come in handy.
Yes, it can. And with the whole college thing, if you get into a good college with it, having your teachers write you good letters of recommendation, you get into a good college, when you get out of college, you can get a good job. And if you get a good job, you can get a lot of money, which can help you glorify God and reflect His grace and all that stuff even more, which that just makes it even more important to have good behavior.
And also I thought of one other thing as well. In the dating world, you know, I would say it's better to have good behavior there because, you know, if you have bad behavior, who knows what could happen.
Well, in the dating world, I know this myself. If you have bad behavior, first off, the parents are not going to like you.
No.
And if the parents don't like you, you have no relationship. I'm telling you that right now. Because they will do everything in their power to get in between your relationship and ruin it. Yeah, some girls say they all look for a bad boy. No, that's not the truth. It's just a phase because they're so used to having people that treat them wrong that they think that's what they need and what they want. Any good girl will tell you that she's just waiting for her sweetheart that's just the nicest guy in the world to her. That also helps a lot in the dating world, as Bobb-z was saying.
And you know, the more you practice having good behavior instead of bad behavior, you know, the more it can become like a habit. And I've talked about habits, and having good behavior is a good habit to have, I think.
Yes, it is. And I'm not an angel. I grew up in a bad neighborhood, and for those of you out there that don't know this, I'm a Christian now, but I grew up an atheist, and I was a really bad behaved person, which wasn't a good thing because I could have been landed in jail so many times just for getting in fights. And if you have good behavior, you're not going to get in a fight and go to jail. There's so many people who ruin their lives for having bad behavior.
But, you know, I don't think we see many stories about people with good behavior ending up in jail or having some kind of criminal punishment, do we? I mean, there might be some people who get framed, but still, when you think about those who go to jail more, it's usually those with bad behavior, or they do something stupid.
Very true. Or they're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, it might be hard to keep up good behavior all the time because there's plenty of circumstances and situations in this world that may want to make us act bad, but just try to keep up good behavior no matter how hard it might be sometimes, and I think you'll find your life to be a bit easier and just nicer.
Well, sin knocks on everybody's door. So sometimes we open that door and give in to sin. I'm not one who doesn't. I do it all the time. And we can stop it, but it's really hard. We just gotta do our best to keep our best behavior, so it'll just make our life that much easier in the end. And this isn't a permanent life, so.
Agreed. Bottom line, between good behavior and bad behavior, we say choose good behavior.
Very true.
Well, this seems to be all the advice that we have on this topic. Certainly hope this advice helps. And again, this is
Zack Nunlist. I'll probably be back multiple times.
Maybe.
See you later.
Keep on spreading God's love. Come back for another word of advice video.